You want to ride at that, Rev? What do you guys think of this? You got a 1-up. Let's see it.
I think the quality is good for the price.
We should ride it, huh? We should huck it. Huck it. Oh, what happened?
Filming yourself putting your bike on your car?
And then he reviews it.
Oh.
No, it's like a 1-up.
Well, it has a ramp though.
Yeah.
You don't want to just like huck it like the rest of us?
No. Ha! What do you think of this compared to your 1-up? You're gonna ride it up? Go for it!
It'll rip the toe hitch off your car.
No, this is a 2-inch hitch. It's just beefy, man. That's what holds it, bro. For my bike, if you had like your big truck, maybe. But
Yeah, you're kind of a low rider here.
it's a lot more stable than it was on the 1-up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit too much.
Hello and welcome to Random Things. This is Ty, and for this video, I'm going to review the OutfitR Tire Press-2 e-bike bike rack with ramp. Now, this particular bike rack is rated for 200 pounds or 100 pounds per tray, so you can have two 100-pound e-bikes. In this particular case, I have my Orbea Wild EMTB, which is about 50 pounds because it's a carbon frame. And then I have my electric X Premium, and with the two batteries in it, it's about 75-80 pounds. And so this bike rack is designed to be able to carry these type of heavy e-bikes. Now, in order to do that though, you must have a 2-inch receiver, because let's face it, if you're going to carry around something that heavy, you really want something a lot beefier than the 1.25" receiver. So 2-inch receiver it is. Now, this particular bike rack is priced at around $550, which is significantly cheaper than a 1-up Super Duty. And I actually own a 1-up Super Duty, and that cost me around $1,000. If you compare that against the Co-op Piston Pro, which is around $1,300, this OutfitR bike rack seems like a steal. So for this video, I'm going to go through the unboxing, installing it, and setting it up for your e-bikes, and some tips and tricks on how to adjust it just to make sure that it fits your e-bike just correctly. And then I want to go and show you what loading and unloading looks like with and without the ramp. And then lastly, I'll follow up with some final thoughts. These are the pros and cons, tips and tricks, right? Tell you about what I like. I'm going to tell you about things that I think could be better. And hopefully, with all that information, you can make an informed decision as to whether or not you want to get a bike rack like this. But spoiler alert, I own a 1-up Super Duty, and I find this rack easier and better than my 1-up Super Duty. So without further ado, let's get into the video. To slide the bike rack into the hitch receiver is straightforward, but I do recommend you have the bike rack in the folded up position, because this then lets you pick up the bike rack using your legs to maneuver it, and then just slide it in so that the bowl hole is lined up. You just thread in the hitch bolt. Get yourself number 24 if you don't have one. Crescent wrench will work. Lock that in place. Again, for this particular bike rack, OutfitR provides a lock. So go ahead and lock that up. There you have it. Bike rack is now installed into your receiver and all secure. To fold up and down the bike rack is very straightforward. You just pull the cotter pin out of the hitch bolt, pull out your hitch bolt, and go ahead and pick up your rack and then push it up. And then just slide the hitch bolt back through, and then put the cotter pin back in to lock in the hitch bolt so that it doesn't slide back out. And there you have it. To lower it, it's just the reverse. Pull the cotter pin, pull out your hitch bolt, lower the rack. Slide the hitch bolt through and push the cotter pin in, and that's it. So very straightforward operation. So depending on your bike's wheelbase and the wheel size, you may want to move these cups forward or backwards. In my case, I'm going to try to move this support forward because I have a smaller 20-inch wheel for my electric XP or X Premium. And then I find that if I move this one forward for my 29-inch wheel mountain bike, actually will fit better as well. So we're gonna go ahead and move these up, and let me show you how to do that. To relocate the wheel supports, you have a hex bolt with the nut on the back side. So you have one on this side and then one on this side. So get yourself a long number 5, I believe, and then you have to hold on to the nut on the back end and then pull it out. Or forward as I can. That's it. To operate the wheel arms, you just push down on the lever and you can pull it all the way down to allow you to have a clean access into the tray. And then what you want to do is you want to have this wheel support pointed this way so that when you push the bike up, you'll hit this wheel support and lock it forward. It doesn't lock, it just kind of rotates forward. And then have the other arm up at about 90 degrees. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and load this one without using the ramp just to show you it's pretty easy. Grab the back rake, tilt it up, get it to the tray, and you can start riding it forward. And then grab the rear frame, and there you have it, right? Now it's in. Go ahead and bring the back arm up. And now push this back end in some more. You want to have it kind of in the middle, right? Because it's designed for a 5-inch wide wheel or tire, but this is only a 2.5-inch wide tire, so put it in the middle and just push it forward. Lock it in. That's the first bike. Okay, so again, you want to have the tire inside the wheel cup and then have it braced, and with that it makes it very sturdy. Let me show you how to load the second bike, but this time we're going to use the ramp. We're also going to adjust the height of the arm so that it fits a 20-inch wheel, because right now it's too high for a 20-inch wheel. It'll hit the fenders. So first you just kind of remove the pin. Right, so we're going to slide this down. I'm going to slide it down to here. In this case, it's 4 holes down. 1, 2, 3 holes down. Put this back on. Now with this crossbar lowered, it will allow me to push in the 20-inch wheel, brace against the crossbar, and not have this locking arm more than 90 degrees. To set it up for the ramp, you need to go ahead and lower it all the way down so that you can put the ramp on. Unlock the ramp. There's these 2 hooks. 2 hooks slide in here, and there you have it. So we're just going to go ahead and push the bike up the ramp. Back the handlebars. And drop it in place. That will actually hold it so that you can go ahead and remove the ramp out of the way and then slide the arm up. Okay, so because we lowered the crossbar, we're able to push it against the wheel but not impact the fender. And then again, we move the wheel support forward, so now that the front tire is securely in the wheel support, and then now with that in there, the bike is super stable. Okay, one of the things that I like to do is take a Velcro strap and go ahead and strap the ramp down with the Velcro strap. What this will do is it'll prevent it from rattling while you're driving. And that way it's nice and secure in there, and it's not going to rattle while you're driving. All right, pros and cons, tips and tricks. So as you saw from the video, the bike rack comes pretty much assembled. There is some assembly required, but it's pretty straightforward and it shouldn't take you very long to put it together. It's very intuitive. In terms of installing the bike rack into the receiver, that's very straightforward, as well as folding and unfolding and getting it ready for your bikes. Now, you do want to take a little bit of time to set up the tire cups as well as the crossbars to make sure that it is set up for your tire and bike, right? Because some bikes are longer, some bikes are shorter, right? So you want to make sure that you have the tire cups in the right place. And the ability for this bike rack to do that is a definite plus. In terms of the ease of loading, now I have this bike rack on my RAV4 and it's pretty low to the ground. It's not one of those super high SUVs, so I can actually use the trick of tilting it up and dropping it front wheel first, and then just lifting the back and dropping it in. And it's very simple and straightforward, and I feel very comfortable doing it because once I get the front wheel into the wheel cup as well as the front crossbar, it's very stable and it lets me kind of walk around and deal with the back end and tighten everything up without the fear of the bike falling off. So that's definitely a plus. Now, if you're one of those that have a really high car, like a truck or a big van with big tires and an RV, the ramp is a helpful tool. For me, setting it up does take a little bit of extra time, and sometimes I just don't have that patience. But if you need that assistance, it is definitely a positive tool for you, right? Lay the ramp down and push the bike up. Now, one thing that you should consider, now I didn't do it in this video, but a lot of e-bikes have a walk mode, W-A-L-K, walk. Okay, it's designed to help you push a bike, right? And most e-bikes, the way you engage the walk mode, you hold the down button down, for about 4 to 5 seconds, and it will engage the walk mode, and you can use that to help you actually propel the bike up the ramp. You don't have to actually push it, right? Because it actually will try to turn the wheel. And it will turn the wheel at around 2 miles an hour, which is walking speed. To disengage the walk mode, you just hit the brakes and it will disengage that. I have a video that shows how to engage walk mode on the electric e-bike, and I will put that link in the description box in case you're interested. Now, like all bike racks, nothing is perfect, so there are some little issues that I want to point out, right? One is this bike rack is heavy, right? It is steel. It's not aluminum construction. because it's designed to fit or handle 200 pounds of bike. So in order to handle 200 pounds of bike, it's kind of beefy, and so it's a little on the heavier end, right? The other thing is the ramp. The ramp kind of rattles, right? And I'll show you real fast, right? The ramp will rattle. And so what you want to do is you want to take some Velcro straps and strap it down so that it doesn't rattle while you're driving, because that could be kind of annoying, right? But overall, at a price point of $550, this bike rack is a good buy. And so if you're looking for a tire press style bike rack, I do highly recommend the OutfitR Tire Press-2 e-bike bike rack with ramp. And I said the whole name, that way you can just Google it, or there's a link in the description box for you to go ahead and find that rack directly. With that, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like and share button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. That would really help me out. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next random video.